Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this year's year-end presentation on Business by Design, what we accomplished in 2021 and what we intend to do in 2022. My name is Rainer Zino, in charge of product management for our mid-market solutions, part of the bigger S4 family. If we look at what we've done, then obviously the year 2021 again was everything but simple. Corona prevented us from holding many of the events which we wanted to have, but by now we are used to these virtual format. Also 2022 is a bit difficult to predict. We wrote all of our plans, but as you can see from the legal disclaimer side, this is our plan right now. It may change, we may update it, but let's have a look at what we accomplished in 2021. Obviously, we are still in the quiet period, so no information about how the whole year was. But if I look at the results for the first 3 quarters, we can be very happy with what we've seen. We saw a constant growth of the ByDesign usage around the world, more than at that time, October 2021, 11,300 customers using ByDesign, companies using ByDesign around the world, actually in 155 countries, which is a smashing success, and I'm really happy to see that worldwide uptake in all of the numbers. 2021 was a year where we said, okay, 3 things are important. Number 1, let's keep the promise. Keep the promise means I present to you a roadmap and we then try to deliver. And when we did our analysis, we did fairly well, so we scored high in the 90% on what I presented to you last year in December and what you actually should have by now in your hands if you're using Business by Design. The second topic was push the limits, especially in the area of the intelligent enterprise capabilities. You know from my presentations that 2 or 3 years ago, I was very concerned that the whole topic of artificial intelligence is completely overhyped and would not translate into real advantages for mid-market companies. But thanks to the amazing work of Simona and her team, we have a lot of tangible results by now. The third topic is to shape the future. And shape the future means that we are part of bigger SAP. And I want to talk to you today about 2 topics: the Business Technology Platform as the extension platform moving forward for all SAP solutions. And the second topic is, as announced in 2020, we said, we will drink our own champagne, we will build applications on the Business Technology Platform, and I'm very happy to give you a sneak preview for the carbon footprint management, or as we call it, business ecology management, what you will have in your hands in the year 2022. Having said that, let's have a quick look at how we work. And if I look at the roadmap is mostly a reflection of what you, our customers and partners, would like to see in the solution. Therefore, first and foremost, a big thank you to all of you for raising all of the influence requests. Based out of these influence requests, we shape the roadmap. Obviously, there are topics where you don't need to raise influence requests when it comes to architecture topics, when it comes to topics of legal compliance and other things. But as you can see here, we delivered on 1,625 votes. So we were able to deliver a lot in that area. And as you can see from the distribution in the pie chart, the majority of requirements came in for what I describe as the product-centric industry. So these includes the areas of supply relationship management and supply chain management. Supply relationship management, obviously everything that we do on the area, or that we prepare to do on the area of landed cost. If we look at some of the highlights from a functionality standpoint, the delivery of customer consignment capabilities was very important, and it was great to see some of the emails that we got back from you saying, hey, well done, that capability was really required, and it makes our life a lot easier, as customer consignment capabilities are a must-have in today's industry. I talked about the amazing work that the team around the Intelligence Enterprise does. It started off with delivering the supplier invoice recognition. If I look at the constantly growing adoption curve plus the constantly growing precision at which this machine learning environment really works, that is what I had hoped for. But this was just the first step. The second step are now the intelligent robotic process automation scenarios, which we delivered. We intentionally keep the entry level low for you, so therefore we bundle with every ByDesign license a license for IRPA. You can't do everything with that license, but you can try out all of the capabilities that you probably want to see and then take a good decision whether this is something that helps you. But I had the opportunity this year to meet with some of my customers in the UK, and nearly every company had an IRPA scenario in mind where they said, we have a media break at the moment, we are doing this, this, and this in this application, and then this and this in ByDesign, and then these steps somewhere outside, and this is what you can automate with this robotic process automation framework. Next step moving forward into 2022 will be predictive analytics. Given the capabilities of the HANA database, I'm convinced that we can deliver a lot of capabilities to you as we move forward. One of the highlights, and I showed you that one, or I indicated it in last year's video, is the Microsoft Teams integration. And I would quickly like to show you a short demo on how this actually works in the system. With that, let me switch to my environment here, go into Microsoft Teams, and it is as simple as the following steps now. You choose one area, you click on the plus, and you search for ByDesign. If you do it the first time, it may be that you first need to load the add-on from the Microsoft Teams environment, but once you've done that, you can simply click on it, you add it to your environment, and then the only thing you need to tell the system against which tenant you want to work. So I'm adding mine here. And then you can decide whether you want to work with a work center view or you want a tile with specific information about a customer, opportunities, whatever you name it. So I go here with a dashboard list. I give the whole thing a name and I save this. And a minute later, the system provides all of the information that I wanted to have within Microsoft Teams. No need to export data from ByDesign and replicate, and you have all of the capabilities that you know from Business ByDesign available at your fingertips in the team environment. So when you organize your virtual day-to-day event in this environment, you can also integrate SAP Business ByDesign. That much as a short demo and to show you how simple it is to integrate Microsoft Teams or Business ByDesign into Microsoft Teams. Also a big thank you here to my friends at Microsoft who helped us a lot to get it to that level. Now let's talk about the roadmap. And as always, I will not bore you to death and present each and every line item. Please have a look at the presentations and the blog posts from Reinhard Herbst and the colleagues who will disclose all of the details here. So first area of investment, as always, is everything that we do for the product-centric industries. Customer consignment was the highlight for 2021. Landed cost is everything that we are focusing on at the moment, shall be available with 22.05 in the May release. and we are doing the basic work for the topic of subcontracting. On the services side, we have a number of round-offs which we need to do, mostly together with specialized partners who had requests in that area. Next topic are the integration scenarios. And the integration scenarios, also looking into the future, will play more and more of a role, because SAP is a huge organization and I can harvest a lot from what other organizations are doing and integrate them into Business by Design, like we are considering to integrate the Cloud for Customer Payment, which is a portal solution where you can see all of the invoices as a customer and then say, I pay this, this, and this, and simplify a lot of processes there. The same thing on the order to cash side, where we plan to do the upscale integration, our new solution for e-commerce, so also that shall be available. Active budget control is something that was available for the public sector industry. Now we want to make it available for all industries. That is a topic, if you saw the previous roadmaps, which I had a bit earlier, but we found that this topic turned out a lot more complicated than originally thought. On the collaboration side, you see the work that we do with Microsoft. I showed you the Teams integration. Outlook is something, Microsoft Excel is something that we want to work on. On the intelligent enterprise, the story continues as outlined previously. And one additional topic where I'm really astonished how far Andy Wolfinger and his team came during the last years, everything around templating so that partners can build templates for Business by Design and use them to speed up the implementation by simply pre-configuring the system and therefore being more attractive from the implementation side. We spend a lot of money on the whole topic of legal compliance. Therefore, also a big thank you to all of my colleagues from the globalization team to stay on top of what is going on in all of the 21 countries and to further enhance the capabilities of the localization toolkit. And the localization toolkit is the reason why we are available in these 151 countries, or why we have deployments there. That is just amazing. I'm not reading here the details, but the focus also for 2022 will be keep the countries compliant. That is the most important thing, meet the legal regulations and grow the capabilities of the localization toolkit and the language adaptation toolkit based on the feedback from our partners. Last topic for today is Business Technology Platform, SAP's environment where we build the next generation extensions and solutions. If you saw me 2020 in Mallorca, our last physical event, I talked about we want to provide you a platform on which you can build back-end agnostic extensions. So the ability to build outside of ByDesign and connect your solution now to Business One, Business by Design, S/4HANA, public cloud, or whatever you want to do it. And the second promise was we will drink our own champagne. We will also do the same. High on our priority list, and I think it's more than understandable why, is we wanted to have an application with which you can track, optimize, and disclose carbon footprint of your company. And therefore we built a solution which we call Business Ecology Management, and we built it on BTP. Before I dive into Business Ecology Management, let me show you quickly what we have done with a Business Technology Platform. I had asked my team to behave exactly like a partner. So use the Business Technology Platform. Don't call your friends and family in SAP. Try out the things as they are documented, and let me show you what the team put together. I asked them to build an event management application as a typical example for a partner environment. So let me log on to that system. I'm using a ByDesign environment here just as a launchpad. You recognize the normal ByDesign environment, and I'm using here the mashup technology to integrate this application. So here is my event application, which is natively built in Business Technology Platform using JavaScript as a programming language and the CAP programming model as advised by SAP. And what you can see here is a application which is fully functional, so you can create events, you can assign people who want to attend this event, and in the second step you will also see in 2022 at the Innovation Summits the integration into the different backend solutions. So this here as a first sneak preview how an application can be built. My ask to the team is that if we are able to run our events in May, I would like to have hands-on sessions so that your colleagues can build exactly this application hands-on in the system and that you see what is possible with BTP. Obviously, we saw a couple of areas where we go back to our colleagues and say, hey, we would like to see improvements. The second thing we are doing is we're writing a so-called golden path document where we describe for you exactly how we got to this point so that you can go through a very fast learning curve and enjoy business technology environment as your preferred extension environment. So, and exactly in the same way, we've built our carbon footprint management solution, Business Ecology Management. The way how it works is we replicate data from the underlying ERP system, be it B1 or ByDesign. So we extract production data, we record the emission data that we have, meter readings and other things. We calculate, analyze, optimize and disclose. So how does this look like? You have an input side of 4.2 tons of carbon dioxide via raw materials, via gas, via electricity, and then in the middle we provide you an environment to model your production so that at the end we can do the calculation to show you again the output is 4.2 tons, but this time broken down into the two products that we are producing here in this example, chocolate cake and strawberry cake. And you will see a leading edge user experience also here using Fiori elements and a Zenki diagram here at the lower part so that you can see exactly how your carbon footprint is composed or what it's composed of, and then you can say, hey, I need to talk to my suppliers, I want to buy raw materials with a lower carbon footprint. And at the end result, you can then say, I can disclose to my customers what my output products or what the carbon footprint of my output products is, so that you can disclose this information and optimize it. Also, this application built exactly in the same way on the Business Technology Platform, but more of this from me then at the Innovation Summits. With that, let me wish you a great 2022, stay healthy, and I'm optimistic that we can meet in person in May. Let's hope that these events will happen. Otherwise, we continue to use this virtual format. Thanks a lot and have a great 2022.